Leaker suggests Apple event to be held on March 23rd. Everybody cares about Apple events. Everyone needs to know when they can finally buy more Apple products.
Sure.
For their Apple ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like a garden. That's what they've said, you know, they said in the past. Walled garden. It's like a garden.
Yes.
And
what they say.
In your garden, you need all the varieties of vegetation and varieties of produce. You need to have some tomatoes in there, and you need to have some. We were just talking. You want some herbs in your garden.
Yes.
And so the same thing happens here. You get your first Apple product, and then you're like, you know what? I got to get this next Apple product, and the one after that, and so on and so forth. So you got to keep having all these events launching new things. You know, the next thing you have to get, Will, is AirTags. You got to get AirTags so that you don't lose anything ever again.
Yeah.
And so that you know if you're being stalked, if you recall from the previous episode.
Well, I don't have an iPhone, so I wouldn't know.
That's right. So you're getting stalked either way.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're going to launch AirTags, new iPads, and possibly the updated AirPods at this spring event. This is coming via leaker Kang. He believes.
Kang.
I never heard of him yet, but hey, man, welcome to the leak club because
it's just Kang.
There's there's so many names in there. It is via Duan Rui is, I guess, the original publication. Man, these leaks, this stuff's out of control. The Apple leaks is just out of control. But hey, what can you do? These guys are running a website. Mac Rumors is running a website. It's people want to know. People want to know what's up, and especially around Apple products, where we have followed this long enough to know that that's the case. There was some speculation that this event could have happened as early as March 16th, which was shot down by Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, who his name always around these type of stories as well over there on Bloomberg. So shout out to Mark. Kang says the event is the 23rd, the same date as the OnePlus 9 reveal. Oh boy. And they've done this in the past. I remember this happening in the past. I remember coincide. I was in New York for some OnePlus event, and it was like, oh, Apple's doing an event at the same day, same hour.
Yeah, taking away their thunder.
Is that what they say? Stealing the thunder?
Yeah, stealing thunder.
Is that what they say, Will?
Well, yeah.
That's what you say.
I think I say that.
That's what you say.
Sure.
Due to the global health crisis, Apple's event is expected to be held digitally and live streamed via its website and official YouTube channel. Now, we better not live stream it because the last time we live streamed one of their events, they sent 17,000 lawyers at us.
And they do have 17,000 lawyers.
I scrolled the list. I was like, you just sent every lawyer on planet Earth over here because we streamed and promoted the event and said nothing but nice things.
Yeah, there was no hate there.
And they said, you know what? They said, we got something nice for you as well. This is our lawyer. Please say hi.
Yeah.
And so that didn't work out so well. But we've recovered. We're still here, Will. Barely.
Yeah. Some battle wounds.
Barely, but we're still here. And anyway, so you can watch it on their official YouTube channel. We can't give you that commentary. Or if we did, we can't show you anything from the stream. March 23rd. And March 30th are reasonable guesses for when Apple could hold the event. Apple's been quiet for a little bit. I mean, they can't be having events all the time, but some rumors about iPad models, like maybe I remember hearing about a Mini Pro and potentially mini LED displays, faster processors, things like this. Maybe that's at this event. Maybe it's at a later event. Yeah, so that's it. I think the main thing that people are expecting for sure is these AirTags because people are seeing it pop up in the software like the previous story that we had. But it's hard to imagine having an entire event around AirTags, so you have to kind of go in there and fill in the rest as far as... Oh, and the other one was the discontinued, the RIP iMac Pro. So people are going to be looking for some sort of update on that, but I don't know if that's going to happen on this upcoming... That's pretty soon, Will, by the way.
Yes.
Like today's March, this is March 9th we're recording this.
Yeah.
So that's pretty soon. Next up, we have our very first look at, I guess it's an upcoming product. Or I don't know if it's an upcoming product or a prototype or what it is, but Carl Pei's company which he started recently with a long list of famous investors, and he went to meet up with teenage engineering over there in, what is it, Sweden?
Yep.
And they're having a time over there now. And, and it looks like they've got, I don't know if they're going to stick with the name Nothing, but it looks like they may have their first product here. By the way, Teenage Engineering making...
Shout out.
They've been making the cool things,
cool
man.
Products.
I goofed around with their stuff in the past. I goofed around with the OP1, and I'll tell you what, I goofed around. Yeah? Because you can really get lost in that thing. It looks so simple and small, and then you realize how comprehensive it actually is. And look, this is a departure for them. They were doing these very niche or boutique type gadgets. You didn't expect me to say boutique today. You didn't come here for that. You didn't imagine that at 4:33 in the afternoon while you're still waiting for that coffee, Will. Oh, there's your coffee. I just heard it just arrived. Oh. So now people are going to have to wait and track as it walks. It's going to have to, that coffee's going to have to walk all the way around. That's a far walk for that coffee, but we'll see if it ends up here. This is riveting content. Anyway, this is, of course, Carl, the OnePlus co-founder, his new startup, Nothing. And it's looking like, this is all we have to go on. This image that was shared is looking like they're working on probably some true wireless, fully wireless earbuds.
I like this credit here.
Nothing. And it looks transparent in design, and it also looks like the Nothing portion could be maybe a display. Again, if you've seen the Teenage Engineering products, then this is not that crazy because they're all about this really creative, futuristic looking things. And so it's not really that crazy. And then you bring a guy like Carl over who sold a couple of smartphones, or at least been involved in the selling of many. He was behind that OnePlus Nord with the augmented reality launch, and he knows the people to get in touch with to build the buzz and the hype, and they got some nice pieces over there.
Yeah, and he knows how to make teams.
Yeah, he's probably had a few teams.
He made the Nord team. Remember?
Actually, I think some people from Nord actually maybe went with him as well.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember, actually. You know, it doesn't matter. Point being is we have this transparent shell, this cool-looking potential earbud. Oh, wait, they are just saying it's an earbud? Oh, never mind. We don't even have to guess.
So it's not a thing.
Well, it says right here, the earbuds called Concept 1 stand out by adopting an invisible shell that encases the internal components.
Okay. What do you think?
Thomas Howard, the startup's vice head of design, added, a transparent outer shell seemed obvious. Removing the superficial decisions that designers make about color and branding, it frees us up to think about what's really important, which is the engineering. All right. I can get behind this. This looks fun to me. Concept 1. We don't know what it'll cost. We don't know any specs, but apparently the startup is developing hardware for many other existing product categories. Here comes the coffee that we talked about earlier. I told you it was a long walk.
Thanks, buddy.
But there it is. That would be a small black coffee from Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
And prior to us shooting, you were so upset over there.
I was about to collapse. I was very tired.
You were so upset. You were yelling and screaming.
Hey, this is like an hour and a half.
You were quite cranky, is how I would say, is what I would say about it.
I was a little antsy, yeah.
And then, you know, Kirk says, "Hey, man, I'll try my best. Maybe I'll get you a coffee." And then it perked you again.
Yeah, he saved the day.
It perked you. He's gone now. You can't look and see him over there. He's gone. He's long gone. Anyway, congrats, Willie Doo. Shout out, Willie Doo. You got your small coffee, and so it's only up from here. We're expecting a tremendous performance today from you because you had a coffee.
Oh boy.
All right, so congrats, Carl. You got something to show. I don't know if if you have an eventual product that looks like this, or if you're playing around, but things are looking cool, man. You know, I'll take a look anytime. Hit me up. I'll check it out. Right Send it to me, man.
Yep.
How about this? Well, behold the world's first water-cooled PlayStation 5. You must have seen this already. I know you got your finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
Well, don't brag about it, though.
I didn't read the article and how they did it. I just saw the image.
Okay, image in the headline. Well, actually, this image, it's weird that they use this image because the water cool version doesn't look like that at all.
No.
They posted a video. It's a 13-minute video from a Vietnamese channel called Modding Cafe. And actually, the video, it's got like style to it. It's kind of...
Oh, yeah?
Kind of wild the way the thing goes. I'm sure they don't mind us shouting them out because you should definitely go and watch it yourself. But they start with a stock PS5, and then if you skip maybe halfway through the video here, right around there, you can see what they've built. This giant block on the side, liquid cooling, flowing, these custom side panels. Like, it's a really nice finished product. It kind of looks like a custom gaming PC at a point, but they did it all to a PlayStation with RGB and patterns. And, well, you know the benefit with the liquid cooling, Willie do. You keep it quiet. You keep it cool. And you also...
you can mine off of it.
Hey, man, easy. But you also, you shrink it a little bit somehow. It's amazing how much smaller it can get. Now, I granted the design style they went with didn't necessarily maximize or I guess minimize the footprint. However, they could have, if they wanted, just shrunken it as much as possible.
Sure.
The main core components were able to shrink down quite a bit because you didn't have to have as much space in there to deal with cooling by air. They also have a results summary. They were able to improve the thermals substantially, which, well, that's the case on PC with water cooling, isn't it? Of course, you're here for the looks, and what do you say about the looks, Will?
Yeah, they did a good job at the polish of it.
You're a big fan.
Like little logos cut out.
What would you pay? What would you pay for something like that?
I would pay quite a pretty penny there. Quite a lot.
Would you? That surprises me.
Good job, guys.
Okay, well, some other options. Of course, you can link up with our friends at D-Brand and get yourself the dark plates if you just want to do a basic customization, or you can go nuts and do one of these 24 karat gold PS5s for, oh, I don't know, 10 grand. Oh, right. Probably don't do that one, but this one's a good idea if you just want to go with a matte black finish on a PlayStation 5, or you follow this sort of DIY if you're absolutely insane and do some water cooling on your PlayStation 5. But I mean, you got to give these guys a big time shout out because that ain't easy, that stuff, man. Apparently, Samsung may launch the Galaxy Watch 4 smartwatch sooner than originally expected. And the coolest part about this particular article is the tweet that led to the article. It comes from our friend Ice Universe. Check out the tweet. Scroll down a little bit. Look at the tweet. You see that tweet? That's what you got to love about Ice Universe.
Yeah.
It actually just says,
it just is
Galaxy Watch 4 and enter space Galaxy Watch 4 active. Then in a reply tweet, Q2. So cryptic and so lovely.
Yeah.
Well done, Ice Universe. So yeah, here's some, actually one that caught my attention here is the active, because I used to have those active phones, and I also in the past was a fan of kind of bulkier watches like G-Shocks and just really rugged, I don't care about it type of watch. You know what I mean, Will? Like it bumps into the wall or something and I don't, cool. It's like a battle scar. Can't be doing that with a Rolex or something like this, Will?
No.
So
you gotta be careful with
I was
that.
always a fan of like a really like a rugged thing. And so maybe if the Watch Active 4 is like the active devices I've had in the past, maybe that could be appealing. Another speculation on here is, and this would actually be really big, is that the device could come equipped with a blood glucose monitor. Now, I'm sure you know why that's a big deal.
The diabetes?
Well done. I was worried about you for a minute. The speed at which you were replying, I was a little worried about you for a minute.
So why are you worried about that?
No, I'm not worried about it personally. I just know what right now you got to stab yourself.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that's annoying. And now they
did the equipment.
They did come out with the other one because I've been seeing the commercial for the other one, which is in the arm, and you scan it. And I think that's a kind of innovative. A lot of people have diabetes, is what I'm trying to say here.
Right.
It's a common thing that people deal with. And what this would do is use an optical sensor capable of monitoring blood glucose without drawing blood.
Oh.
So that's quite an advancement to having a smartwatch. This is a sensor that you're just not seeing on other products, right?
And you could check at any time?
Anytime. So you stay on top of it. So I turned you around on this one, Will. At first you were very upset about it.
Well, yeah, that's pretty useful.
I'm glad to have turned you around on that one. Viral TikTok video shows you how to find out what Google knows about you. It's another day and another viral TikTok video. And you know what else, Will? When you click on this viral TikTok video, you know what you're going to notice? It's that same damn song again. This song...
Which one? There's a couple.
I can't sleep at night. It's this song!
Is it the Oh No song?
Yes, it is! What is going on, man? Why does it have to be that every time?
I don't know. It's iconic. You know?
This song was nowhere, and then the TikTok thing, and then and then my whole life is this song, and I can't even. Here I am. I'm not even on TikTok, and anyway,
You're just mumbling it.
I got it in here because a lot of people don't, I guess, recognize this or pay attention to this. You actually did this the other day. You just you hop on Google,
sent you the link.
and you just check out how they profile you.
Yeah,
because you have this comprehensive profile. You're a Google product user. And they know some stuff about you for ad targeting. Anyway, so I guess most people on TikTok don't know how to access that. So here's the viral clip. It's called Everything Google Knows About You. And go ahead. Well, yeah, click play. Go ahead. Now, I'm not going to play the song.
Sure.
So you better not ask me to turn this up. But it's a girl. She types out ad settings Google. And you can do this yourself. And it'll be the top link after you type ad settings Google. And it will say... It will take its best guess at your age, your variety of interests. It's very comprehensive. I've done this for myself as well. I'm amazed at how many interests I have. When I look through it, I'm like, wow. Very granular, like power supplies. I saw power supplies in there as one of my interests. Imagine that. You never knew.
Did they get your age right?
My age was right. Everything was right.
Oh.
Yeah, everything was right. Your age was wrong. They thought you were a little older.
I was like 50.
You're 50, but that kind of maybe some of your...
Maybe it's my interest.
Yeah, some of your interests might trend a little older. I don't know. I don't know if people take comfort in knowing that it's not precise and exact, but just taking its best guess. Now, the other thing I should mention about this is you can turn this ad tracking off if you choose to. You're not completely stuck with it, but obviously this was a surprise to a number of people, hence the viral clip, which now has... I don't know, 165,000 hearts, and 1.3 million views. And that's just one person typing a quick Google.
Should I try this?
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Live on the air.
What's the link?
I don't think there's any risk to that. All you have to do is, you're going to take the advice of the TikTok video, which is to simply Google, that had the damn song, ad settings. It's just called ad settings. Yeah, you just go ahead. And are you logged into your account that you would normally use?
No.
Oh, wow. Well, okay, you can check this one.
Later.
You can check that one.
Is that the site? Ad settings.
Just Google that. It'll be the top link. Yeah, it's right there. Bingo. Here we are. Oh, okay. Yeah. Did it get the age? Oh, on this account, you're younger than you actually are.
Okay.
And I would say this stuff is not... Ooh, they got the company size wrong. They think you work for a large employer. They couldn't be more wrong about that. 250 to 10,000 employees. They got that wrong. What else? Do they have anything? They said you're upper middle class.
Oh.
Easy, Will. Relax. Not a parent. That's correct. Home ownership status. You're a homeowner. They know that. Of course they know that.
TV reality shows.
That's not real.
Urban transit. I would say it's like 50-50.
50? It's better than 50-50, man. Come on. Alcohol and gambling. It's perfect. No, that's because you can take those out individually. Yeah. But anyway, it's not really that crazy. But I guess some people are surprised. It's just a hot topic right now, this whole privacy thing.
Yeah.
It's super private. GameStop is back. How did that? What is this? What is going on now? Now it feels everybody wants to look at this. $246.90 at the time of filming is up $52.40. It's almost back to the highest point, right? Go hit me with a 6 month. It's almost back to the full height. You hear my voice? Good thing I bought all that GameStop stock down at down in the middle there when it was in the valley. No.
You were here?
No, it's actually a little bit forward. Yeah, right around there. Yeah, it was like $40. Yeah.
Oh.
Good thing I bought $1 million worth of GameStop stock at $40 because we don't have to do this show anymore.
Right.
I honestly don't know. I think obviously, look, people want to do the thing again. It was so much fun. The rocket ships and everything else, and AMC I think is doing the same thing right now.
Oh yeah.
Now there might be a little more to it at this point. Apparently, that new investor, the one guy left, and the other guy is still involved from Chewy.
Those guys.
Yeah, the CFO left the company, and then I mean I should know the guy's name, Chewy executive GameStop. I should know his name because
Ryan Cohen.
Ryan Cohen. Everyone thinks that he's got a real shot at blowing things up. At least there's some merit there. It's not just strictly meme stock. There's some real business stuff going on that looks positive with this Ryan Cohen. So that's worth putting in there in the story as well. But I don't know about a $250 stock price. That might just be stonk town. I don't.
Right.
There's no financial advice over here. Burger King story from the last episode. You got canceled. You're canceled now. You haven't seen it yet, but you're canceled now because you even brought it up. Yeah. So I don't know what you're doing here. Apparently,
I'm clipped out and.
Yeah, that's right. You're gonna have to wear one of those green suits that covers your whole face. Do you know those green
suits?
Yeah, it's like a full body green suit. Like you'll see guys at the sporting event will wear it. It's like spandex.
Yeah.
Like that's that's how you got canceled. It wasn't a full cancel. You're still allowed to be there. You just have to wear that.
Oh boy.
That's your type of canceled. Oh. Anyway, Burger King took the tweet down. They put a tweet out that said women belong in the kitchen. They took tremendous heat.
Is this a pamphlet?
So that was that was part of the same campaign that came out that day in print.
Oh, okay.
And in print, I think people were a little easier on it because it had the headline and then the caption in smaller font below it. And this is a funny thing. I used to watch that show back in the day, Mad Men.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that show? Draper. And it would be... You remember that there was a famous VW ad that they'd had an episode about, or at least they referenced it, where it just said lemon, period. Right. And then it was, because people, that was the insult or I mean, now we're talking about a car, not a human being. So I'm not trying to say it's the same thing. It just, the reference point, yeah, you can see it right there. Lemon. Just the bluntness of the single word and then the small text below. So you have to, like, it captures your attention and then you read the text. And somehow having it in print and having both of them right there, you receive it a little bit differently than the digital equivalent, which is the singular tweet and then the reply tweet, which then has the rest of the text that's necessary to make your point.
Yeah, the medium is everything.
People didn't want to act like, I'm sure so many people saw the tweet in isolation, is what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Anyway, so that just reminded me of that. But they deleted it anyway because the backlash was extreme and swift. But I got to say, as much as it was this tweet, they fully should have expected the backlash and everything else. I mean, anybody in social media would have known, hey, if we're going to put this out there, we got to prepare ourselves for all kinds of hellfire here. We can't, like, it's going to be interpreted in this number of ways, which could be negative for us and for the greater our reply section could be a nightmare, which is eventually what happened. The reply section was just an absolute meme town crazy show.
Yep.
The reply section, because you got the hottest tweet in the world now. You don't even need, it doesn't even have to be controversial. If it's the hottest tweet in the world, it's going to be a disaster in replies.
Mm-hmm.
But even putting all that over there, we were sitting here talking after the thing went down, after they deleted the tweet. And I was thinking to myself, who is Burger King's customer? I was thinking to myself, Burger King is sitting here at the top of trending, and who even buys their products? Who is their best customer? Who are they speaking to? Who are they reaching to? Like, even with the caption that comes below it, was the typical outraged individual in those replies, were they a top-notch Burger King customer? Now, I'm not saying that the negative sentiment was worthwhile for them. I'm definitely not saying that, because I'm sure there's plenty of people that are going to be telling each other not to go.
There's some recourse.
Yeah, there could be tremendous problems from this thing, but I just couldn't help but also put it through my head that the target or the most offended group of people from this particular tweet probably, and this is just pure speculation, so I'm just throwing it out there. Might not be Burger King's core customer. So it's a really curious situation. I'm not saying conspiracy or anything. I'm just saying it's a curious situation because it was all Burger King yesterday on social media.
Yep.
And that's a fact. That's a thing that happened. Even with the backtrack and the apology and everything else, the two words Burger and King were said one after the other a lot yesterday. And in that tweet, and I'm just putting this out there again, that tweet at the time I talked about on the show had 600,000 likes on it. And I don't know where it got to before it was deleted, but it was actually the hottest tweet I've seen in a very long time.
And now there's an apology.
Now there's an apology. Yeah. So yeah, so you could go that route too, and then say, well, those core customers who maybe they're, I don't know, man. It's just that's pretty much all I can say on it. I just this social media thing, it gets me all riled up because you would never know the intent. You would never know the actual motive. You would never know the internal meetings that went down to figure out the plus minus on something like this. They may have talked it all out. They may have known. They may have been prepared for a potential fallout, and they may have made that trade. I'm not making this. It's all alleged. I'm just speculating. This is not fact.
Well, when it comes down to it, like it comes down to the bottom line. And if they can get more sales or...
This is what I'm saying. They sell burgers. They're not running for office. Yeah. They're not trying to be the president. Although similar tactics seem to have worked for people in politics in the past. Say something outrageous, force people to follow you closely and amplify whatever it is you're saying, whether they love you or hate you. It's a terrifying potential scenario.
Yes.
So but I'm not, by the way, this is not accusations that was the intent.
You're a thinker.
I'm just presenting.
Social media.
I'm just presenting.
We had an hour-long conversation.
It's heavy stuff.
Or afterwards.
It's heavy stuff. Yeah. All right, how about this? China's richest man is not who you think it is. We spoke about how Jack Ma came down the list a little bit after whatever little brush up he had, trying to go take the Ant situation to the IPO, to the public markets, and then getting that shut down. I don't know what it was supposed to be, a few billion dollars. So he came down the list, I think, to number 4 when we talked about it. And then I started to wonder about this guy who was at the top, China's new richest man for now, and what it was he was doing. We're talking about water, bottled water. You wouldn't imagine that business would be easy to dominate. Seems like a fairly ubiquitous item. Anyway, China's richest man, Nongfu Spring billionaire, Zhong Shanshan, the bottled water and pharmaceuticals entrepreneur that's wealthier than Jack Ma. He is now worth $68.5 billion according to Bloomberg's Billionaire Index. And he was actually briefly Asia's richest person, ranked above Mukesh Ambani after Nongfu's IPO in late 2020. So you would expect, if we were talking about Chinese billionaires, you would start thinking about guys like Jack Ma. You would start thinking about companies like Tencent and others. You would think technology. In the meantime, you should have been thinking about bottled water.
Yeah, you got it all wrong.
But, I mean, there's still plenty of technology dudes up in that list. However, for, I guess, the marketplace for these types of goods, there's a lot of opportunity there as more people are beginning to consume such a thing. Nestle is an enormous company. They do some bottled water themselves, don't they? So listen to this. In 2007, Zhang succeeded in establishing the idea that weak alkaline water can improve your health. And in 2008, he branded Nongfu Spring as helping to connect consumers with nature through their water. All the marketing tactics, sell a few bottles of water, become the richest man in China, Will. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Audi showed off the new Q4 e-tron augmented reality display. I got to say, this is pretty cool. So it's kind of like a heads-up display, but more comprehensive than that. The AR system can place a red line over a lane marker and let the driver know when they're drifting too far to one side. An animation that tracks the car ahead when using adaptive cruise control. You can see it kind of on this particular image that Will is looking at right now. It's tracking the car in front. Below that is your regular heads-up display type of stuff, the speed and the speed limits, and if you have nav turned on or something like this. But then this other stuff is much more comprehensive from what we've seen in the past as far as tracking that car in front. It's almost like a signal to you, because a lot of cars have this adaptive cruise control now, but it can be kind of abrupt when you don't have the visual cue, but instead your thing starts braking on its own. This adds a little bit more texture to it, a little bit more sophistication.
And it does look cool.
And it looks cool, which, of course, we all know matters. Turn-by-turn navigation is in there with a bright blue arrow in the driver's field of view. Audi says the new AR system pulls in more than 1,000 signals from sensors all over the Q4 e-tron to figure out exactly where to place AR elements. Taco Bell jumped onto the NFT bandwagon, and it was only a matter of time. You knew this was going to happen, Will. You heard the letters N and F and T a bunch of times. You smelt the hype, and you realized that a company like Taco Bell is never too
rubbing their hands.
They're never too far behind.
Yeah.
If they themselves smell some hype, they're getting there. They're taking the train to get there.
Oh, really? Okay. You mean the hype train?
There you go, okay. Will. I gave you an extra beat. I was like, wait a sec, Will, don't let me down over here.
I thought
man.
You were going to say
I was like, Will, don't let me down right now, man. It's been a long day, 4:30. You got the coffee now, so don't. The coffee should have boosted you back. Some of that Tim Hortons. Shout out Tim Hortons. We're still looking for that sponsorship, Tim Hortons. We're available. It's will@loulater.com. Don't miss out. This is a limited time opportunity. Anyway, so yeah, Taco Bell got involved, and they had some special perks to go with their animations that they were selling on the NFT marketplace, Rarible. They had 25 tokens, sold out in 30 minutes, taco-themed. 4 out of the 5 designs were animated GIFs, and these NFTs included real-world perks in the form of a $500 electronic Taco Bell gift card. That perk is only available to the original owner of the NFT. So you can't, that one's not getting transferred if you sell the NFT at a later date.
Oh.
The $500 worth of, that's a lot of Taco Bell, by the way, $500 of Taco Bell.
Yeah.
How long is that going to last you? That's going to last you quite a while, I would assume. What are you doing, having Taco Bell party, Will?
10 hours.
Oh my goodness gracious. All right. What would you get at Taco Bell, by the way, if you were, oh, you already know. Okay, go ahead.
A fry supreme.
Fry supreme. They don't have that. They don't have that in the U.S. That's a Canada. Yeah. That's a Canada item. By the way, what this is, ladies and gentlemen, is essentially nachos supreme, which you can get. That's all the toppings on top of the nachos at Taco Bell. Except for some reason in Canada and possibly other markets, they offer a fries supreme, which replaces the tortilla chip with fries. And it's kind of like a poutine. It must be the reason we have it here. because it kind of turns into like a Mexican poutine. If you got the cheese sauce and sour cream, tomato, and things like this. So Willie Doo's
so
gonna
good.
buy 500 of those after he purchases the. Oh no, you can't. The NFTs are all gone. Never mind. All right, this next one is a good time, Will. I brought this here for a good. I mean, it was a good time for me. I laughed a little bit. I suppose it's a bit rude of me because this actually was very upsetting to the people involved.
Oh yeah.
So there was a wrestling thing, and I honestly, I'm sensitive. I'm not trying to take shots at anybody who's into it. Like none of that stuff. All right. I just don't know much about it. So just take it for what it is, me talking. Okay. But the clip kind of speaks for itself. So this was an event, AEW Revolution. And you have the AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega. I'm talking about wrestling, but from a different organization from, I guess, the ones you might know or the one that I know at least. And this guy, Kenny Omega, was reportedly very angry after last night's exploding barbed wire death match main event. Hey, Will, don't start chuckling yet, man. Jeez. It's late in the day over here, man.
Well, you know what's the word botched is always funny to me.
It's a very hilarious word.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that. Anyway, so it was a really big deal. It was a pay-per-view match, and after the match, the 30-minute timer kept counting down to a full explosion of the ring area. Moxley, who he was against, was still down in the ring with Eddie Kingston covering him to potentially save him from the explosion. That's all I'm going to say. By the way, that's all I'm going to say at this moment. Now, I just want you to play the clip. Is it possible? Can you play the clip?
Yeah.
You can play the clip.
Yeah.
All right, play the clip. So he's covering. He's like, oh, no, the explosion's going to go off. So he's covering to protect him from the explosion.
Oh.
Now there was
still counting down.
There was a boo. No, it replayed at this point.
Oh.
There was a boo that took place afterwards. Apparently, this explosion was supposed to be a bigger deal, and it failed.
Oh, I see.
And it failed. And so you could just see them laying there. It was obvious that there was no...
Yeah.
Now, look, I mean, you got the barbed wire. You can only do so much with the pyrotechnics. And I understand it was supposed to just be a bigger deal than that. But it does end up not looking all that great. And apparently that's what they were upset about. Apparently it was a dud, a lackluster explosion, which led to a significant amount of negative feedback on social media.
Yeah, you don't see this too often. In wrestling, they usually have it on lock, like the pyrotechnics.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I guess this stuff does happen.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, next up we have an ice robot that could self-assemble on other planets. This comes via Mashable. And I mean, this was kind of cool and cute to me. However, it left me unconvinced. What you have here is a tiny little rolling robot that's made out of ice. And the idea being, or mostly ice, the idea being, at least what they say in the video clip, is that ice is readily available on other planets. It's like a thing that you can have access to. So IceBot could one day serve as a planetary exploration robot.
Oh. Well, that thing's really heavy, though. Ice. Right? They would probably need some powerful motors.
But also, doesn't it seem risky? I don't like these missions to get the... I don't know. The whole thing was a bit... I'm skeptical.
It's a concept.
I'm skeptical. Let's put it that way. I like the idea of using unusual materials for something like this. Like, that's cool. But I'm just not sure how practical it would be. But it's definitely cute, the IceBot.
Yeah.
But could you imagine... Look, he's melting right there. It's already melting on the floor over there.
Well, they were hoping that the atmosphere would, you know, be cold enough to maintain.
This feels like a Disney movie or something. Yeah,
sure.
Melting. I'm gonna melt. The IceBot's gonna melt.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Yeah.
Sad music.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
Save the ice.
I don't know. It looks kind of cool.
Okay.
Speaking of ice, how about exotic crystals of ice 19 being discovered?
Whoa.
Do me a favor, Will. Tell the people about ice 19.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
There's 19 layers of ice.
That's not bad.
Okay.
I don't mind that. It's the 19th form of water ice discovered. The exotic four-sided crystals of this rare ice variety, now dubbed Ice XIX, form at ultra-low temperatures and ultra-high pressures. I don't know if this picture is... I don't think it's a picture of Ice 19, by the way.
It's just regular ice.
Yeah, but it's like... Anyway, it's a scientific discovery of a new type of ice, and the key characteristic here is really cold and pressure. Now, you know pressure is responsible for creating some of the most sought-after minerals and, I don't know, diamonds, and jewels, and things like this. So if you combine water and cold and pressure, then you might get something like this, a brand new form of ice. Otherwise known as Ice 19. Now, this is all very complex. We're not going to go into the whole thing. But apparently, you're much more likely to encounter the six-sided variety of snowflakes, which mirror the hexagonal arrangement of oxygen atoms in the crystals of water ice that make them. But regular six-sided crystals of ice are actually just one of its many forms, which are known as polymorphs. And until recently, 18 different polymorphs of water ice had been formally identified. Now you got 19, all right, Will?
Okay.
So you didn't expect...
I thought one was enough, but...
Just one type of ice.
Yeah.
Well, you've seen different...
I welcome more.
Right,
More
you got room for more ice. Okay, cool. Well, I like the image as well. I start thinking about a high-pressure form of ice, and I want to imagine that it looks like this image, even though I'm not necessarily certain that that's the case. Unilever to exclude the word normal from its beauty products. How do you feel about the word normal, first of all?
I like it.
Oh, my God. You just got canceled again. Wow, you're on a roll, Will. Yeah. No, normal
Twice in a week.
Normal is bad. Because there's no such thing as normal, Will. Everybody is unique, and you're beautiful. All right, I'm having too much fun, but no, seriously, people get, like, what even is normal, for real? Okay, so they have, first of all, I was amazed to find out they have 100 brands that use the word normal in skin and hair. And I can see how people be like, who's normal? What normal? My normal? Who's normal?
And they're like, hey, stop asking so many questions.
But I never paid much attention to it. And then I start to think like, oh, here's a soap. It's for normal or regular skin, let's say. What the hell is that? Who has it? Whoever told you which one is you?
I think it's a generic term for just like the mass
I know the way it's meant is like, okay, you don't need one of our other products that is targeted at a specific kind of... but anyway, they've been under heat because they did a couple ad campaigns that people didn't like or said were insensitive or something like that.
Well, it's kind of like saying shampoo. Why is there poo in it? You know? Like what? It's just weird. Like what? Why they make that name?
Can you look at Mo right now, please?
He knows what I'm talking
about. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. That's all he was. No, nobody's mad at that. Nobody's mad at that,
well,
Will. Yeah, you are. You're mad at shampoo.
No, it's just like, well, if you're gonna get mad
they're
at
saying normal. They're saying normal that they don't want, that they can't use normal anymore because it offends people. That
there isn't a normal.
No, or that their group or themselves or their that they don't belong, like that they're not in that group.
Oh right, like we do talk about like normies kind of thing.
If you set the standard that there is a normal and then you don't belong to that, then you could feel by the way, I'm just stating the way they're pitching it.
Yeah,
they're a huge company. They're selling stuff, like they want to sell you things. Just like, can we just get this out of the way? These brands want to sell you things, so they'll do whatever they got to do to sell you things. But they're coming out and say, we care about you, we hear you, and we're not going to use the word normal for our beauty and personal care products. Like,
so
again, I hear you, Will. It seems insignificant, but it obviously was significant enough to end up on their desk, and somebody complained.
So what are they going to use? They're just going to take that word out?
Well, let's see here. We know removing normal alone will not fix the problem, but we believe it's an important step towards a more inclusive definition of beauty. You see, like, even that is hefty. I don't imagine trying to tackle that. They will replace the word normal with terms such as gray hair for shampoos or moisture replenish for skin creams. I guess each product is going to have to be specifically targeted at a particular attribute, as opposed to selling the normal product, which is kind of a catch-all for everything that isn't one of those specific. I'm not saying, I don't even know if it's better, because I would assume they probably sell a lot of the normal version because it's actually up to anybody to perceive what normal means. But
to them, yeah.
To them.
It's subjective, I would say.
It's very complex, but anyway, they're getting away from the word. And I just thought you might have an opinion on that, but you decided to talk more about the word shampoo instead of the normal thing, which totally took us off the rails there, Will.
Or are you worried?
Very. Okay. I still am, actually.
Okay.
Anyway, no more normal. There is no normal. Startup. Oh, here we go. We got a startup that has figured out how to suck carbon from the air and turn it into rock. Now, this you like.
Sure, if I can find the article.
You remember Elon Musk put out that, was it prize for whoever could figure out how to... Oh, this startup's actually backed by Bill Gates. I just saw the subheading there. But Elon Musk was going to do a $100 million prize for the best carbon capture technology. He's very interested in it. I was listening to him on the latest Rogan podcast. He was discussing how he thinks this is like a key thing that humans need to figure out, hence the $100 million prize. Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, this group, who it appears is backed by Gates instead of Musk, not that it really matters in this particular story. They're based in Iceland. It's called Carb Fix. Kind of sounds like a diet, but yeah, they mean carbon. Is not only capturing the carbon from the air, but also injecting it into the ground where it turns into stone, allowing the greenhouse gas to be contained safely rather than escape into the atmosphere and trap heat. How cool is that? In an interview with Bloomberg, CarbFix CEO Edda Sifpind Eradottir stated, "This is a technology that can be scaled. It's cheap and economic and environmentally friendly. Basically, we're just doing what nature has been doing for millions of years, so we are helping nature help itself." So the way that this works, by the way, the air is sucked through fans and the carbon dioxide is extracted with filters. Then it's combined with water, carbon and water, enabling them to achieve a mild acid. They then pump that below ground into basaltic rock. Then it's turned into rock itself within 2 years. And instead of going up into the atmosphere. Do you love it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shout out.
As long as it doesn't hurt the fish. Or...
No, because it's trapped in the rock, man.
Okay.
Don't worry, Will. It's trapped in the rock.
All right.
The fish are lovely. You can have all the seafood you like. Actually, to be honest, the seafood situation in Iceland is a big deal.
Really?
You went to Iceland? You didn't have any fish when you were there?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's weird.
No.
You know, it's like water everywhere over there.
Yes.
It's like
an island.
Yeah, there's a lot of fish going on.
I
feel like you were supposed to do that.
Whale is whale big there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have you tried?
I didn't have whale. I think I had. God, I don't remember what the fish even was. It was the special. It was delicious.
The special. Okay.
It was a special. It was delicious. It was a nice restaurant, Reykjavik, and it was caught like that day or something. I think. Which I'll often. Okay, I'll give that a shot.
Okay. Well.
I think they do something with like a fermented one as well, or maybe I'm crazy. Maybe that's some other Nordic country. Anyway, point being, get yourself back to Iceland, Will. They miss you over there. How about this? This one. This is definitely not high-end seafood. We're talking about McDonald's now. It's the McDonald's update. They are experimenting with AI technology to take your order in the drive-thru. And this is no offense whatsoever to the people that take your order in the drive-thru. Okay? I have met pleasant people in drive-thrus in my life.
Yeah.
But there is something about the pressure of like potentially getting something wrong, or can you repeat that, or
yeah,
there's just a pace to it, right?
Sure.
It's very fast paced, that position, and can't help it. You're a human. They put this AI, and I watched a video of the AI is so calm taking the order. I'm like, my God. I feel like now maybe this is going to make the lineups long because people are going to just sit there and talk to the AI. They're going to be like, I'm in no rush. This AI is so calm.
How's your day, AI?
Scroll down a little more and play the clip. So this is rolling out a couple different stores. The recording came from a suburb in Chicago. Play this clip right here. Now I'm going to need audio on that. I'm going to put some audio on that. Oh, I have audio already. Play that clip right there. You don't have audio.
Oh.
Listen to this, okay? Oh, you're still playing the audio from the
where is it?
From the wrestling match. It's been on loop this whole time.
There we go.
Yeah, play this clip. 1.7 million views. She rolls up. It's a normal situation. You come up to the order panel thing.
Welcome to McDonald's. We're currently serving a limited menu, so please review the menu.
So calm.
Let me know.
Oh, yeah.
And accommodating. Let me know what I can get for you.
All right.
All right.
Would you like anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Your total will be $6.58. Please pull forward.
All right, so it definitely suffers from a speed perspective. It's slower than a person for now, but there is something about being able to fine tune the way of speaking in order to give a sense of calm to the person sitting in the drive-thru.
Yeah.
Now, it could go the complete opposite way. If for whatever reason it's not understanding what a person's saying, it could be some serious shouting going on.
Yeah, someone's irate or someone's just drunk. You know,
there's all kinds of ways that it can go haywire, but I presume there's some monitoring going on where the AI is working, but maybe somebody is also listening at the same time, so they're not having to write it down or put in the order, and they can. I don't know. I don't know how they're managing it, but it certainly feels like an inevitability that you would utilize some technology like that in a drive-thru. Of course, in conjunction with that, they got all the apps and variety of ways in which you can order, but it's kind of surprising, actually. We haven't seen more of the AI voice at the drive-thru until now, and who knows? I guess if it goes well. They are saying, by the way, McDonald's is saying that human employees can now focus on accuracy and quality. They're freed up. They're not trying to get rid of all the people. You know, people get scared about that. They're like, wait a second. If the AI is taking the order, if I'm not taking the order, what if it's also one of those like assembly line situations? If food just rolls out on a conveyor, and the AI took the order, and you just tap to pay.
There's like no one working at this McDonald's.
It could be eventually.
It's all automated.
It's quite possible. All right, sticking on the innovative food situations, Kind is launching frozen smoothie bowls. As more consumers eat breakfast at home, the home breakfast market is exploding, Will, and particularly the frozen home breakfast. I don't know about this. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, I don't know about it either.
Kind, the company, they make those bars. Kind bars. It's like it's like a little. You probably don't eat them with the nut thing going on. There's a lot of nuts in those bars.
Yeah,
but they're popular. Oh, I guess they do grain-based bars as well. You can probably have those.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Anyway, do what you got to do. But
sure.
They're going a step further now. They're launching this thing. It's a healthy frozen breakfast. You get it out the freezer. It's a frozen smoothie bowl that's meant to be a healthy alternative to other frozen breakfast items. They will include 7 grams of protein and no more than 9 grams of added sugar. So you just pull the smoothie bowl out. Maybe it's got acai in there, triple berry situation. What else can you get in there? Let me read you some examples here. Okay. Almond, mango, pineapple, passion fruit. Almond, triple berry, acai. Almond, chocolate, banana, and almond, peach, kiwi. Damn, all these almonds, you can't even partake. Yeah. However, the idea I think is interesting as a new kind of item. The freezer typically with this type of thing would be ice cream. You might have some, you definitely can't have that for breakfast, but smoothies, we got all kinds of smoothie places around. So you kind of think, all right, this could be an interesting breakfast item. If it meets people's health criteria. I might give it a shot. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a nice little like package. You have 5 of these and then you're good for the week for breakfast.
It's kind of cool, but they're probably going to be pricey. I don't know. Apparently in 2020, the frozen breakfast category saw sales rise 7%. It is a $3.7 billion business. I'm talking about the frozen breakfast category. But I guess that would include things like the Eggo waffles and like any breakfast item that's frozen.
Pop-Tart. No, wait. No.
Pop-Tart, not frozen. No. Toaster strudel might be frozen.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I got you there,
Delicious.
Will. I got you there. This is an old clip that just, I don't know why it's getting posted right now on Boing Boing, but I just liked it because it's a classic as far as the instant karma thing is concerned.
Okay.
And I just realized, you know, I don't want to pass up an opportunity to get an incredible clip out there of instant karma, which is exactly what this is. So what we have is somebody who is trying to blow up a car with gasoline. This has got very intense, very fast. You've probably, many of you I'm sure have seen this clip. In fact, I should tell you before you look at it, this person has actually been prosecuted, I believe. This story is, I think, from a couple years back.
Where's the video?
It's in here. It's on the article.
Oh, okay.
No? Oh God, Will. Here we go again.
It's not in here?
Just give me a, you're in the forum or something. Do a refresh. There you go. Yep, click originally published right there.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Agree to these crazy terms and everything else.
Oh, boy.
Here's the clip. You tell me if you've seen it before. It's actually quite shocking. She thinks she's just going to easily blow up this car. But, of course, you got gas fumes and everything involved. So check this out. She goes, I guess, at some point here, it's filled with gas, and she lights a match. It's all loaded up with gas, so the fumes are coming out the window, and boom.
Ooh, she got knocked back.
Big time. Instant karma, and has to go back and collect the gas tank and get out of there. Just now, I don't know if it was some sort of an insurance fraud or exactly what the situation was, but somebody over here in the comment section said that actually this individual has been caught and charged with arson. I believe. Let me just verify that.
That's a huge explosion.
Well, the other thing is you have the nice video clip for in order to make the case as well.
Wow.
This happened last year. The woman was charged with arson. So yeah, instant karma. Yeah. Oh, and the heading on the video is that it was her boyfriend's car. So
right.
I guess it isn't an insurance deal, but like some sort of revenge or something. Wow. I wonder what type of flame or damage she may have taken to the face on right on the explosion. Like, see if you can get the frame. If you can pause a couple frames before that. This was obviously going to be very hard to do.
Well, I think I can go frame by frame, right?
Wow. So, yeah, it's a full face of flames.
Yeah.
Crazy.
She got knocked back.
Yeah, she would have some burns, I would say, from that exchange right there. That's crazy. You can get paid back for that decision so fast. So fast in a blink.
It's recorded
in a blink.
in HD.
All right, this next one. What color are my Nike? This is a video posted really recently to YouTube. 1.67 million views. And here we have a custom set of Air Force One from the YouTube channel The Q that are customized and very cool. In place of a typical Nike logo, it's a full DIY project you can watch. And in place of the Nike logo is an RGB LED that's controllable from a smartphone. And you can change the Nike logo to whichever color you please. So a little bit of tech in there. He has to carve out a section in the sole in order to house the battery and some of the wiring. And it's actually quite a job to get these things figured out. And then there's an LED strip that's placed underneath the leather Nike logo. You can see some of the components being
I think there's the
cut out over here.
compartment.
Yeah, that's where the battery's going to go. Cut out the foam. It looks like is it maybe not even a AA. It's some specialty battery size. But yeah, a big job and cool, very cool results, which lets you have imagine this at night. You know.
Yeah, and it's very evenly lit. He did a really good job.
It looks as a very finished looking product to it. Product, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know, maybe Nike's going to take the inspiration. Maybe they're going to put this out.
Yeah, dope.
All right, last one of the day. This is the feel good moment. Simple tweet. If this tweet, I guess it happened some point this morning. It was from a Twitter account, Terry Rucker1. And she asked if anyone has a minute, would you please say happy birthday to my mom? She's alone and she's 82. And I show them to her when I go see her. I can show them to her when I go see her tomorrow for her birthday. Her name is Betty. Thank you. She would be thrilled. And so it's just a simple, I mean, I presume this person doesn't have a major following. Simple message. And then, of course, Twitter comes in with all kinds of happy birthdays for Betty. About what did you say? How many at the time before we start filming this? Was it like thousands?
Yeah.
10,000?
I don't remember.
It was many thousands of happy birthdays. Yeah. In fact, the name Betty was trending on Twitter. And the individual who originally asked for it said, oh my goodness, I clicked on a profile. She said, Jesus Christ, you are the greatest, most caring, loving people. All the birthday wishes for my mom have made me cry. Thank you all so much. All those states and countries. She's never seen anything like this. If I have to stay all night with her and help her read each one, we will. And then after that, y'all, I think Betty is trending #1 in the U.S. You're the absolute most awesome, wonderful people in the world. Thank you all so much. So
look at that.
So much.
Humanity is saved.
Taking it out on a positive note. Happy birthday, Betty.